Hello, everyone. Y'all come on in. Come on in with our next discussion. I'm going to give y'all a little scoop on what's going on in the YSL Young Thug Rico trial. We're going to continue with the witness that we have on stand from last week. Last week he admitted that he was in blood, and YSL is not a blood. It's a recording. It's for rappers. But in just a few minutes ago, he said something. Hey, Shelly, he said something different. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the break the trial down, and y'all, to believe it or not, uh, we on day 60 of the YSL Rico trial, and look at these days, they've been going by, right? So we about to get into the video. You're gonna see a video of the witness from last week. He's going to finish his testimony, and whoa, y'all, this testimony is on fire. So we're gonna break it down, okay? Remember this guy? Hold on, y'all. I'm in the light. Hold on for a minute. In a different location. Got a lot of light on here. Let me see. I got my light. Okay, let me put it back right here. Okay. Y'all come on in now. Okay, here we go.
Remember Jeffrey Williams and you calling Miss Bennett or Che and apologizing for Buck stealing drugs, and that Jeffrey repaid the drugs that were stolen.
Yes, that happened before.
Now, you talked about the studio, and you went a lot. I'm talking about years ago. I'm talking about a decade ago, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011. I'm going way back, okay?
Okay.
You spent a lot of time in studios, recording studios, didn't you?
Yes.
And Jeffrey Williams spent even more time in studios, true?
Yes.
In fact, Jeffrey didn't go home. He would sleep in the studios. Is that true?
Yes.
And he would be in the studios every day performing music after music, lyric after lyric,
I don't believe
song
that.
after song, true?
Yes.
And you witnessed some of this, right? You were there.
A lot of it, man.
And when Jeffrey was in those studios performing music, eventually he would perform out in the public, right?
Yes.
I want to show you what I'm marking.
Ooh, wait, they do not like Jeffrey, honey. Start yawning, wake up.
Williams exhibit number 220A, as in Lisa Alpha, through 220XX. And they're individual, and I'd like to, with the court's permission, approach, and you just go through each one individually and tell me if you recognize these items, okay?
Okay.
So there's a lot of them, so we'll just go one at a time, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, may I approach? I'm bringing a clip. When you're done, you can clip it.
Okay.
Approach you.
Yes, sir.
Any of you just stack up. Don't show them to anybody. Just go through one at a time. We're going to go through them together, and you're going to make two piles. If you recognize something, we'll go in pile one. If you don't recognize something, we'll put it aside, okay?
Do that now? Or just go?
Yeah. Let's look at, if you don't mind, look at, you see where it says in the upper left, JWEXH, that stands for exhibit, Jeffrey Williams exhibit, okay?
Okay.
And then you see where it's a pound sign or a number sign?
Yes.
And then it says 220A. Do you recognize that poster?
You posted the photo?
The photo.
You asked me to answer it or just?
Yes,
Man,
yes,
come on, you ain't that dumb.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that's right, Big Oz, because they don't know what they talking about. I know that right. Because they don't know what they talking about.
So I'll sustain this to foundation. Just ask him some questions.
Okay.
What's he looking at through the right
These are, you want me to say it out loud? They're
now?
posters.
What's he looking at in terms of the exhibit? And you
Oh, 220A, I apologize.
2208?
Yeah, 220A is an
That's what
election.
you need to reference from there. So the record's clear.
Sure.
Okay, all right, so he's looking at 22A right now.
Okay, and is 22A, I think you said it's a photograph, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recognize that photograph from seeing it in the past on social media or in other places?
Yes.
And does that photograph accurately depict means accurately show what you remember it showed?
Yes.
And is that photograph the way?
Why he looking at the DA?
Previously?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I move for the admission of 220A, Mr. Williams' exhibit.
Any objection?
Hearsay. Hearsay.
It's a photograph, there's no hearsay.
I sustain the objection because it's got writings. I need you, let me preview.
No, this is the poster.
Let me see it.
This is the poster.
Let me see it.
Well, let me ask you a question, because I think I may have
Can I
misspoke.
see it first, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Good Jesus. Doing too much.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Shindor.
Well, why the judge don't have his copy?
Here you go, Mr. Murphy. Go ahead, sir.
Do you see and at the very bottom left as well as the very bottom right, there are some writings?
Yes.
Is this how you saw the photograph with that on it previously?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of 220A, Mr. Williams' exhibit.
Still need a little more foundation.
Is this do you recognize this from social media as being a promotion of an event that Mr. Williams performed at?
I just remember seeing it. I don't remember what it was for. But
Okay.
I remember seeing this photo.
Okay, and did it have the writing at the bottom?
Yes.
And look at that writing, is that the way it looked when you saw it previously?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for Mr. Williams 220A.
Any further objection, Your Honor?
Does this number what social media come from?
What's so big about that?
I'll let you lay it on your
Your Honor, under Henderson, Henderson versus State, it's 317 Georgia, 66. It's in Division 8. 317 Georgia, 66. It's in Division 8,
Just stop time.
2023. Okay.
Y'all need to see that video, boy. He is telling everything. Video coming up. Why is taking the job taking up so long? This in my city. I love them though. Wait, God, let me get some of this light off. What is taking so long? What's taking? This is the longest and the slowest Rico. The longest and the slowest Rico. What taking them so long to look at what they looking at? Let me be patient, y'all. Let me stop. See, what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? And that boy just about like me. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do, y'all? This is what I wanna do. I'm gonna skip it to the part. I'm gonna go ahead on and skip it to the part where he telling them, ooh, chat. He telling everything. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna let y'all see what my boy got on today. Let me let y'all see how clean my boy look today. Yeah. Oh, looking clean tonight. That boy know he be clean, boy. I tell you, thug. That boy know he be clean. I don't care what nobody say. Suit costs more than that lawyer suit. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna skip it to the hold on to the video.
That's serving the sentence.
Hold on. I'm gonna skip it to when they interrogate him. The boy on the stand. Let's go right here. I'm so tired of her. She know that camera right there behind her. She would not close her mouth. Well, she all right. Too clean, ain't it? Shoot. Tell me.
Extensively about being in jail. He was asked about his trusting of
Miss Slick, y'all. This Miss Slick.
What his attorney may have said or done. And at the very beginning of the proffer, Your Honor, we have the guidelines being set forth for the agreement. And essentially, inside the proffer, Mr. Murphy is being told that they were getting ready to do a proffer. It's a final plea, that Mr. Murphy is in handcuffs, and that if he needed a break to speak with his attorney, he could. Also, he was explained that the proffer agreement meant that he was going to speak to the state. There were promises that
let me skip her. I don't want to hear her mouth today.
The promise was that everything he told the state.
I'm skipping, y'all. I did not want to hear this woman talk.
That's basically where we're at.
I'm going to omit the first 12 minutes. That's what I told you last week.
Your Honor, would we be allowed? Thought it was important that the court heard those. Those are the admonitions that I was able to complete, telling the court what they are.
He got on his mask today.
And, Your Honor. So
you got the computer open.
Yes. So, Your Honor, given that we just wanted to make the court aware that we were going to put on, given his cross-examination testimony, the video version of defendant.
Oh yeah, y'all need to see the video.
Number 9, I believe, which is the proffer. And I believe previously the concern was that Mr. Chada not be identified, but and I think previously they had talked about taking out the first 12 minutes, but the first 12 minutes
she talked too much.
Just Mr. Chada's name, and Mr. Chada is speaking throughout the proffer. So I don't believe that the voice was a problem, but rather his identification. And also at 34 minutes and 10 seconds through 34 minutes
she
and 50
never
seconds,
start talking.
Where you can visually see Mr. Chada, that portion will not be shown to the jury either.
Now sit down.
Your Honor, so basically, we had a hearing about this last week. We all discussed it. You ordered the state to do something. Instead, they did what they wanted to do. That's basically where we're at.
I'm going to omit the first 12 minutes. That's what I told you last week.
That's right.
Would we be allowed to ask him?
No,
was he
you
told?
won't.
No.
I told you that last week.
No.
We could have had this discussion earlier. I'm going to admit it. When I tell you, I told you last week.
See, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna tell you about her. I'm gonna tell you about the state. She not from here. I don't think she's from here, but she wants to do and say what she wants to say. Now the judge just said what he was gonna do, and she telling the judge what she gonna do. Now, some ain't right with her. Some ain't right with that lady. I don't know where she came from, but I looked her up. Something ain't right with her. Now, the man said what he gonna do, and he promised them last week. Y'all remember last week when we were watching it? He said what he gonna do, and he need to end it. End it. Say what you gonna say and be done with it. You the judge. She ain't no judge. Sit down. Sit down, honey. Let me get this one more time, y'all. Everybody is all on the job. It's always a lot of chief. Don't be the Indian. I be the Indian. I sit down.
Look, we've been taking up 15 minutes in this. You said, and I told you last week, because Ms. Hilton said she's going to take out the 12 minutes. We're going to take them out.
Your Honor, given what was said on cross, and given that I did provide this to the defense, I sent them the
You can't. That's not what the judge said he gonna do.
Name redacted.
But you changed materially what I told you from last week.
That's right.
You're telling me something that you think is relevant at this point in time. I'm excluding it. That's it.
That's
So
it.
We're only asking that the court allow us to put it in because it does
He
it
just-
does impact
he
how
just
the jury
said no.
should consider what Mr. Murphy's testimony is today when compared to what he told
You better not change your mind.
detectives in that hearing. He was made promise on cross. He was asked about what he was promised.
Watch
He
the
was asked
judge
about
following
jail.
her sweet
He was asked
move.
about a lot of things on cross that at this point would make very relevant and very material the portion of the video that he is told the terms
No.
of his proffer agreement, Your Honor. That is the reason we are begging the court, because this whole endeavor is a
Don't do it.
truth
Don't do
that
it,
the judge
Judge.
is allowed to see what Mr. Murphy was aware of before he made
Don't
the
do it,
statement
Judge.
he made, because of what he said on cross-examination, which is different than what he said in the proffer. Had Mr. Murphy agreed to meet with us like he did,
Mr. Sharp?
There he go.
That changes the equation now.
Look at that.
Between what you and Mr. Steele have
You see that? You did. Look, y'all. Now she got to stop. Judge got to stop that. The judge really got to stop that. Now, I told y'all she gonna make him change his mind. Now, he can't tell the defendants over there what not to do and turn around and let the state have their way. That's not fair. Everything she says, she wins. And that's not right. Now, he said what he said, and he needed to let it stay like he said. Now, he don't change it. See, the judge got to be, you can't. Judge can't be like that, man. Judge wrong. Judge know he wrong. He know he wrong. The state is not doing their job, y'all. And they doing a messy job. And now she happy that she won. They ain't gonna never win with her.
It didn't change the equation at all. The concern with the first 12 minutes was Mr. Chada Jimenez.
There she goes, standing up in front of that camera. Know that camera's up behind. Don't need to be in that camera.
We didn't, respectfully, Your Honor, we didn't open the door. We cross-examined the witness, and quite frankly, I didn't open any doors. I opened windows and brought in light to this courthouse and actually took the time to allow the witness to review.
Now she can sit down and mess with that paper. She want to stand up.
Competent state discussion with what happened.
Need to sit down
I'll
somewhere.
also point out, while we're talking about what the state didn't do.
Now she can sit
it
down and
also
she know that
referenced
camera see the back of her
comments
dress.
by Mr. Hudson in the proffer, which are extremely
Look at her.
prejudicial against,
Being rude.
the defendants, including Mr. Williams, and they didn't omit that either. So, we have to double and triple check to make sure the judge's order, Your Honor's orders, are followed, and
She
that's
is
quite
so
frankly
rude.
not the best use of our time, and it's not fair to us.
Your Honor, that's not true. What Mr. Sharp asked for at letter L was that Mr. Chada, in this portion of the statement, if this portion is a statement, will have assumed a dual role in this case, serving as prosecutor and defense.
Oh no, Jennifer, she
was
getting on my
previously
nerves.
introduced to this jury. The contents can be
He don't
elicited
tell her what to do
without
for some
revealing
reason.
the identity of the assistant district attorney who was
But we
conducting
said
the
we were gonna take
proffer.
out the first 12.
No, I am. I'm just pointing out that
Well, we don't need to hear all of that.
Has said regarding not opening
She
the door
fussy.
is insincere. He had just said something about
She get on my
Mr.
nerve.
Murphy had testified consistently and Mr. Sharp had not elicited testimony, essentially that Mr. Murphy just wanted
She
to get
loved
back,
the fuss.
to his family, and he would have cut off his arm. He would have done anything that he could. And if the statements that he gave to Mr. Steele were not inconsistent, and the statements that he
Jennifer,
gave to
you
Mr.
funny.
Sharp were not inconsistent with what he said in the proffer agreement, we would be in a different place. But the
See,
problem
she
is
wanna be the
that
judge,
Mr.
too.
Murphy has agreed to speak with counsel for Mr. Stillwell and refused to speak with counsel for the state so that we could even go over.
Why are we going over
The
this?
notion that we were trying to hide it is false from Mr. Murphy. He refused to speak with us further until he got on the stand. He said, you can talk to me when I get on the stand. And so that's what we had to do. And the information that was given and elicited while he was
She
on the
misled.
stand makes necessary that first portion of this proffer where the terms of the proffer are laid out. And so at that point, it allows
She
the
getting on
jury
my
to
nerve.
adequately and properly.
Why is she saying? You know what, y'all? To be honest with you,
There would be a difference.
she talking about a whole different thing. She is right now gonna jump off of what she need to be talking about to what she needs to be talking about. And the judge sitting here letting this lady do this. She is standing there doing this. She has the most authority and the power of this courtroom. And why isn't he talking to her? I don't understand. She need to sit down, and let's go on and look at that video. She getting on my nerve. She really is. And she has gotten on my nerve. Let me hit this thing one more time, y'all. Oh, she getting on my nerve. I don't got a headache. Let me stop.
Statements.
Who's giving the terms of the property?
That is Mr. Chada Jimenez. His voice is heard not just in the first 12 minutes. His voice is heard throughout the proffer. And there was never a.
Still a problem. It's still a problem. It really is.
Your Honor, there was never a.
No, because here's the thing. You
Thank
all
you.
chose to put this case together.
Thank you.
With Mr. Chada Jimenez in that particular tape. I think you got problems with
Your
it.
Honor.
You're gonna have to live with it. So I'm gonna
Your Honor, if
I'm
I
gonna
may-
exclude it.
If I may,
There she
Your
go.
Honor,
I'm excluded. That's my ruling.
That's
Your
right.
Honor,
I've excluded
Now
it.
sit
That's my ruling.
down.
You've got some ethical and other issues. Even though you
That's
you
right.
may have some issues with Mr. Murphy, I understand that, but this is not what you're going to be able to present in front of this jury.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the state had the privilege as it related to Mr.
Listen
Chada.
to
Are
her.
you going to keep arguing?
Thank
with me?
you. Sit down.
Ruled. We're not going to cover the first 12 minutes. I told that.
I'm sick of her.
I agree that.
I'm sick of her.
You might have kind of. You can still ask him.
I'm
questions.
sick of her.
You got a written. Do you have a transcript of the proffer?
Yes,
Then use that.
that was what I was asking.
Use that.
You didn't ask that.
I told you that.
Okay, we'll go past that. Thank you.
Girl, sit
Your
down.
Honor, as it relates to Mr. Sharp's comments to the court.
Still fussing.
Hudson said, actually, Judge, that was as it related to the.
Still
There
fussing.
was never anything in this motion in
So
limine.
we're not. You're not making
Hudson.
Mr. Hudson's statements. Because I think we're supposed to exclude those as well.
No, you only said exclude the
Oh,
ones in the
boy.
August statement where they
She
left
give
the
me a
room
headache.
and only Mr. Hudson and Mr. Murphy
Yes.
were in there.
Yes.
Now sit down.
All right.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
And still bending over in front of the cameras.
Your Honor, I asked for any non-testifying person. That was what I asked you in my motion,
Get on them.
not to be allowed to get in via recording. They're
She
not
still won't sit down, y'all.
testifying. Is not testifying. The state has it in this.
Still standing
I
up.
don't know the number from 46 to 46:30, and I'm strenuous.
So you got to go to work.
In addition to that,
All right, Jennifer.
Who's that? 46. What part of the?
Mr. Hudson is the attorney for Mr. Murphy. He's in the proffer. There's Detective Gaither, Detective Dennis, prosecutor at that
Look at
time.
her. She ain't sat down yet.
Imminent. Mr. Murphy in handcuffs. Those are
Hi, Errol. I want to see you work, honey.
Mr. Hudson says we are not, he gives multiple statements, but we are not discussing Jeffrey Young Thug Williams. I can't cross-examine him on why he would say that.
Yeah.
So I want that out respectfully, and you granted it.
That needs to be excluded. What else?
We can take that out, Your Honor, but this is the recording that has already been admitted.
Oh.
Has that in there.
What?
It has that portion.
Hold
in
on,
there.
hold on. You mean the proffer?
But we can mute that part. We'll mute that part. 46.
We have it from 4602.
She won't sit down. Look at her butt all up.
In addition, Your Honor, at 2750 through 29.
She won't sit down.
Gaither is telling Mr. Murphy, Fatty is not in the car. Mr. Murphy's the only one who identifies Fatty.
She won't sit down.
And that's not what her
Detective
Gaither.
Gaither is testifying, though, isn't he?
And not only that,
It's a
Your Honor,
woman, but I
that
believe
is-
She's testifying, isn't
Believe
she?
She is.
So she can be crossed on that.
And not only that, Judge, but Detective Gaither, she is pushing against Mr. Murphy and telling him that she knows Fatty is not in the car. Mr. Murphy consistently says that is Fatty in the car. So there's nothing about that portion that should be a problem. He maintains that even when she pushes back against him. And that's the kind of thing.
Well, the Detective Gaither's statement, I'm not going to exclude that. That's a weight versus sufficiency. Especially she's going to testify. So I'll disallow that. I mean,
She still won't sit down.
It does need to be cut out. What else, sir?
She won't sit down. Something wrong with that
In
lady.
addition, I am moving to exclude the entirety of the recording for two reasons. One, under 24-6-613. And Your Honor, that's in Division B, as in Barry, Bravo, C as in Colette, Charlie. So we're going to have both. I don't believe that this meets the mark of a prior inconsistent statement. That's in B, Your Honor, or a prior consistent statement, because I, nor Attorney Sharp, nor anyone to my hearing has raised any allegation of recent fabrication,
Ooh-wee.
improper motive, or improper influence with Mr. Murphy, which is the only way to a prior consistent statement. Mr. Murphy is almost entirely consistent with his testimony. If this honorable court says pieces are inconsistent, which I'm not agreeing, but if this honorable court finds that way, then the state didn't lay the proper foundation. He kept saying, I don't remember. Now, I don't remember is a way of saying,
You don't remember.
I didn't.
I don't know.
Deny it. I mean, case law says I don't remember is equivalent to that's not accurate, or that's not true, or I didn't say it. But what he is saying is I don't remember because this is not a statement that was within a year. This is 8 years ago. This was in 2015/16.
That's right.
Statement, and the state never pointed him to it, showed it to him, and said, "Isn't this your voice? Isn't this what you said?" And then on cross with Attorney Sharp, I didn't do it. Attorney Sharp went through almost every bit.
Okay, what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to skip it. We're going to skip it to Mr. Murphy testimony, okay?
Unless the state has a specific.
Let me put it on his testimony. His video.
If I may, we did not.
I don't want to hear her. I really don't. Don't want to hear her mouth. Hold on, God.
I disrespect you, or the fact that I asked you about her was disrespectful?
Yes. The last one.
Okay. Once we left, did my investigator try to make contact with you so that we could meet again?
Yes.
Did we meet again?
No.
Why not?
I told him I didn't want to. So I talked to my lawyer after that, and he told me if I didn't want to meet with nobody, I don't have to. As long as I agreed to come and testify, and that's what I had to do.
And so did you decide not to meet with us again?
Yes.
And did we ever contact you and ask for us to meet again?
Huh?
Did we ever call you and ask you any more to meet with us?
You mean like after I said I didn't want to meet? No.
Right. And when was the next time you heard from anybody in my office?
I think a couple days before I had to come or something. A day before, 2 days before, something like that.
2 days before you had to come testify?
Yeah, it's in that range.
So is it safe to say that I couldn't show you any videos because we never met?
Objection, Your Honor, lady. I stand questions.
What?
Was I able to show you any videos?
Was you angry?
Speculation. I stand as to form.
Did I show you any videos the first time we met?
No.
And was it initially we were going to meet again? Initially before you said no?
Yes.
All right. Now, I want to show you what's already been admitted as State's Exhibit 23, Alpha Alpha.
I already showed this. I think that's Thug brother.
Who's that is 23 Alpha Alpha?
I don't know who in the phone or who in the picture.
Who's in the
Holding
Thug.
picture in the phone?
me and Lil Jeff.
Thugger. You in? Oh, that's you?
Do you remember when you took that picture?
No.
Is that what you looked like in 2013?
I don't know what. I look like that. I look like that now, man.
You said you don't look like that now?
I look like that now, bro. My hair just.
Did you know if that was a picture that Shay gave to police in May of 2013?
I know, guy.
I had. How would I know that? I didn't even know nothing about that.
Y'all trying to make that boy remember something he don't. That's even an old
Now,
Metro phone.
On cross-examination, Mr. Sharp asked whether or not the two of you spoke, I think last week, and you said we nodded at each other. You remember telling Mr. Sharp that?
No, I said I nodded.
You nodded.
I nodded at everybody.
Had you met Mr. Shard or anyone else prior to coming to court last week?
When you say prior, you mean like
Before you ever had to come into this courthouse, had you met Mr. Shard or any of the other defense attorneys prior to you having to come to court last week?
yes,
Who have you met with?
Mr. Steele?
Is that it?
I seen Mr. Short at his office, but we didn't like how you say converse. We didn't converse.
Okay. So Mr. Shard was at Mr. Steele's office, but you and Mr. Shard did not speak with each other.
He walked past.
How many times have you met with Mr. Steele prior to coming to court?
I want to say like 3 times. One time, he came to speak to me while I was arrested. While I was locked up on this case. And then I went to his office one time, and then Zoom one time.
When you met with him at the jail, about how long did y'all speak with each other?
I can't remember. That was a minute ago.
What about when you went to his office? Do you remember how long y'all met with each other?
Probably about 30 to 45 minutes. I had to go to work, so I was kind of rushing.
And then what about the Zoom meeting?
Probably about the same, about 45 minutes.
When you met with Mr. Steele, was that before I came to the office?
Probably right before that. I can't really remember, but they aligned, so it was.
Come on, lady.
Now, since you've been on the stand, you allowed Mr. Kokomo, Mr. Kokomo let you listen to the audio. Remember that?
Yes, we was outside, yes.
Now, since this break, did you meet with Ms. Knight, and did she show you the video of that same property Mr. Kokomo showed?
Yes, that was the same. That was the same thing, though?
Did it sound like the same thing?
I can't. That was days ago he showed me that. I went home with my kids. I can't remember.
Let me ask you this. With what Ms. Knight showed you, do you remember that being the property that took that number 2000?
Yes.
And did that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the property which you took in February 2016?
Come on, get on the microphone, lady.
Have you had an opportunity to review it and sign and date that proffer that you took in February 26th?
Yes, we scanned through it and I signed it.
Okay. It would appear that you had everything that you talked about, that you can recall in this meeting.
Yes.
Commissioner Cochran,
You may.
I'm showing what's already been given to the defense counsel, but what's going to be running further through Charlie, do you recognize that CD?
I just signed it. No problem.
And did you date it?
Yes.
And that was at the video that was action.
Yes.
Around this time, say like 10, 6, 33.
We can't hear you, honey.
Any further objection or continuing objection?
Gosh.
All right, so noted. It's admitted. Subject to the court's prior ruling and the continuing objection. May be published.
Now, Mr. Murphy, during that agreement, did the attorney speak with you about what a proffer was?
I can't remember. I just remember we had that little meeting.
Let me ask you, did the attorney tell you that he was going to record that?
I don't know. I'll have to like look at it to see. I don't remember.
Let me ask you this. Did he go over the proffer agreement or why you were there? Did he tell you why you were there?
Sustained objection. You rephrase.
I'm trying to skip
Why
it.
were you present? Sure, I'm sorry. Why were you present in the room?
We was having a, like, I call it a meeting. Y'all call it something. What it called?
A proffer?
Yeah, that.
Okay. And was the expectation
Hey, Allison.
for you to be completely honest and true?
I'll sustain that as the form of the question. Why don't you just refer? You got to read it.
Y'all, let me put it on the video right
Were
quick.
you in handcuffs during? Were you in handcuffs?
Okay, it about to come on, y'all. Hold on. It about to come on. It's about to come on, y'all.
Given to the defense counsel, but what's going to be running further through Charlie? Do you recognize?
Ewa,
I just
speak to
signed
your
it.
guests.
Yes.
And that was at the video that was action.
Yes.
Around this time, say like 10, 6, 33. Charlie, what we discussed.
Any further objection or continuing objection?
Here come the video, y'all.
So noted. It's admitted. Subject to
Y'all need to hear the video, boy.
and the continuing objection. May be published.
Now, Mr. Murphy,
That video about to be something. It's coming up.
during that agreement, did the attorney speak with you about what a proffer was?
I can't remember. I just remember we had that little meeting.
Let me ask you, did the attorney tell you that he was going to record that?
I don't know. I'll have to like look at it to see. I don't remember.
Let me ask you, did he go over the proffer agreement or why you were there? Did he tell you why?
Sustained objection. You rephrase.
Why were you present, Southeast?
It was,
Sure, I'm sorry. Why were you present in the room?
we was having a, like, I call it a meeting. Y'all call it something. What it called?
A proffer?
Yeah, that.
Okay. And was the expectation of that proffer for you to be completely honest and true?
I'll sustain that as the form of the question. Why don't you just refer? You got to read it. So.
Were you in handcuffs during? Were you in handcuffs?
Yeah, we just looked at it for a second. I reckon she.
Well, y'all look at that video and see how young he was. Y'all gonna say, wow. Young boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all, here come video. Now, he not his age that he was now, y'all. This was back in 2013, 15, something like that. Thug. What's up, Thug? I see you taking care of that kidneys while you in there. That boy sure clean. He's something else, y'all.
Today we're speaking back in April 12th, 2015, at 2110 Brownsmill Road, the reps APD.
There you go, y'all.
And then like,
This when he got locked up. Got a mustache and everything.
Today we're speaking back in April 12th, 2015, at 2110 Brownsmill Road, the reps APD case number 151022458. Incident time is between 21:30 hours and 21:48 hours. Mr. Murphy, if you would, tell me what you were doing just before this incident occurred and where you were.
I speak on some camera. I was on, I was at the spot at the spot on Hot Rock spot.
Hot Rock spot.
Forgot this name of the street, but off Roman
Okay, when you say spot, what do you mean?
house.
Just a regular house? Is that where he lives or lived?
A house where everybody hung out at.
Okay.
And, we were just chilling.
Okay, who all was there with you?
Me, Fatty, and no, I was in the back.
Anybody else?
Can't really, I think it was like Jay working the door or something.
When you say working the door, what do you mean? You said working the door.
Yeah, answering the door.
Oh, is it a dope house? Did they sell dope out the house? Like, I'm just trying to, you saying working the door. Like, why do you think somebody, okay. So you, Fatty, and Nard, and maybe a Jay that was at the house.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened next?
We were just chilling, high, and I came out the bed. And he was like, let ride, y'all, we gotta ride. And I was like, all right. So when I got up, he walked back in the kitchen, and when I got
Oh,
up,
he was young.
he handed me a chopper.
So Nard headed you a chopper? Who all left?
Me, him, and Fatty.
Okay. Whose vehicle were you all in?
Then
And what type of vehicle was that?
the white, Jeep truck.
Oh, my
The
arm.
white truck. This part here is important. What exactly did Nard say when he came out the back? And I assume you and Fatty were in the front of the house. When he came out that back room, what exactly, as best as you can remember, were his words?
The best I can remember was, I think he said, let ride, let ride.
What did you take that to mean?
Like, something going down, we gotta ride.
Okay. Something bad going down?
Yeah, like, something going down.
Okay. Why did you take the assault rifle from him?
Why did I take the summer from? To be honest, like, I thought it was finna go down, like, right there. I thought somebody would come to the spot. We had so much going on, like, defense.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some nigga about to pull up from the spot.
Okay.
But then we jumped in the truck. I knew we were going to either do something or something had went down. We had to pull up on the scene.
Okay. Did he say why you guys had to ride, or who called him?
Not at that moment.
Not at that moment. When did you find out?
When I got to the scene,
When you got to the scene? Okay, and what was the scene?
store.
The gas station? Okay. So when you got to the gas station, continue from that point.
We pulled up to the gas station. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got out first, or me and him got out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked to the front of the store. We walked to the front of the store, we opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
And when we pulled up, I seen the car Bentley was driving earlier, which was Hot Rod car.
The car that they were,
Like, something.
the car that Bentley that was in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sedan,
Mhm.
black. Yeah, Bentley was driving earlier. So I seen it and I knew it was like, you know what I'm saying? So when we opened the door, I seen Bentley and I'm like, come out, come out.
Mhm.
I'm holding the door, like, in the middle of the door. Come out. And they were acting scared, like.
When you say they, who are you talking about? Who did you see at the store?
I seen Bentley, I seen Hot Rod, like that. Like, Thomas was on the phone or something.
And who else did you see?
Bentley, Hot Rod.
Okay.
And then they told Nard something. And then Nard came out and he pointed at the car.
Pointed at which car?
And
Okay.
pointed at the car of the victim. And then that's when I ran up to it. But I think either he pointed at the car, or they were like, "Is this such and such car? Like, it's them in this car." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I ran up to the car. What they doing?
What was your purpose in doing that?
Like I can't really remember. I'm so high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so drugged out and so gone out my mind. I wasn't even who I really.
And when you got a gun in your hand?
To the victim's car?
Yeah, I remember running up to the car.
Do you remember? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I remember running up to the car, and then like I could see movement in the car, and then the wonder came down.
Mm-hmm.
So I backed up.
Did you at any time point that chopper at their vehicle? It was already pointed at their car? Okay, when you say Bentley, what other name do you know him as? Or do you know his real name?
Yeah.
You don't know his real name? What about Hot Rod?
Hot Rod.
But you don't know a real name for them? What about Fatty?
I know your dad name's weird, but I like that.
Weird, like what?
Kirkendall.
Okay. What about Nard? Do you know his real name?
I think your real name Kennard.
Bernard?
Bernard.
Bernard? Okay. So what was the conversation from after you pointed the assault rifle at the victim's car? What did you do after that?
At that point, I seen movement in the car and the window came down, and I backed off the car.
And then what?
Then I think I walked back to the store, the door of the store, or the front entrance of the store, where everybody was standing. And then the car spun off. They pulled off, and then like, they ride, everybody, they ride. And we jumped, they jumped in the car, and we jumped in the car.
Okay, what was the conversation in the car?
We didn't have a conversation, it was just no conversation. Everybody was high.
And then before let me ask you, Mr. Nuremberg, you say that you can't remember some of these things because you were so high. What were you high on? Just marijuana or what?
Molly.
Molly. And how?
Molly, Percocet.
Do you remember about how much you took?
Probably 3 grams. 4
And you
grams.
got a gun on you?
Dope what?
Plus the Percocet. Plus Percocet. How many pills of Percocet?
2 or 3.
Tom.
And is that something that your body's used to? Is that like the normal dose that you usually take to feel good, or?
That's for my body, especially Molly.
It's
And
high tolerance.
how often do you use Molly?
4 times a week,
Okay.
4 days a week.
4 days a week.
4 days.
And about how much do you take when you usually take Molly?
Probably like a gram,
Okay.
a gram and a half on a good night.
All right. Take, go on.
And he got a gun in his
So you guys
hand.
pulled out the service station. But what happened at that point?
We pulled out the service station, and I think we pulled out in front of them. But when the car pulled out, they spurred off.
The victim's car?
Yeah, they went down Jungle Road,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went down.
Okay.
But I think they was behind us first. Bentley.
Okay.
I think they was behind us first. And then once we came to the street, where Doug's elementary,
Harper Road.
and then I seen the car again. Like, these niggas think, I think he said, like, these niggas think I'm playing. And we pulled up, like in between, in the middle of the street. Like, now we
Who said that?
No, the driver.
And what were you seeing? Tell her. You didn't tell her.
When I got back in the car, I was in the passenger seat.
The front or back?
Front passenger seat.
Okay. And where was Nard?
And I was in the driver's seat.
And where was the third person you said?
Back.
Fatty was in the back seat.
Behind,
Behind you or
no.
behind Nard? Okay. So when Nard said, these niggas think I'm playing with them?
Yeah, I think. Better like, there they going. No, these niggas think I'm playing. And he pulled in the, like, cause we on the right side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled in the middle of the street, so now we like, the yellow line, like in between the car, in between our cars. Like, yeah, like the yellow line, in between this, the yellow line, we in between on both sides of the line.
And the car is on which side of y'all?
The driver's side, which is the left side.
Okay.
And they had the stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bentley done go around us.
Mm-hmm.
Straight.
Keep straight down Brownsville.
Brown here. And I let the windows down.
You said Nard let the window down?
The windows down.
And then what?
And shot.
Show your hands. Use your hands.
And I let the windows down. On the thing, pull the stick out the floorboard.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the side of the window. Shot.
Okay.
Did he hit the driver's side or the passenger side?
Passenger side.
He hit the passenger side of the victim's vehicle. Did you shoot at all? Did Fatty have a firearm?
Yes, handgun.
He had a handgun. Do you remember what caliber? Do you know if he shot?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Then what happened after Nard shoots?
He shot. I think like the mess is fired, but I think 4 times.
Okay.
Pulled off.
Where did you guys go after that?
Went back to the spot.
And continue on.
We went back to the spot.
I mean, his attorney ain't saying nothing.
That one in the conversation.
When you say they were there, who you speaking about?
We're leaving though. I think he was getting his stuff, but everybody clearing up the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So we already.
Attorney ain't said nothing. Hold on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's phone calling. My ride trying to get somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So I think Fatty had a hot box, so Fatty got in a hot box either.
When you say hot box, you got to speak layman's term. A stolen car. You remember what kind of car it was?
Ooh, they
You
done
guys
stole the
came
car.
to the house. Where'd you park?
Across the street from the house.
Across the street from the house.
In the house.
Okay. What happened with the firearms?
No, I got him to put him up
Put them up where?
in the house, in the back.
He took Fatty's weapon as well. That was Fatty's gun. So, who did you call to come pick you up?
I think I called my brother, but I think I got in the car. Yeah, I got in the car with Fatty first.
Okay. What's your cell phone number then?
I had a phone.
Well, how did you call your girl to come pick you up?
I had somebody else's phone.
Whose phone did you use?
I can't recall whose phone.
Well, who all was at the house when you got back?
When I got back, the person who was left in the house, which was the J who was answering the door. And Alright.
His attorney ain't saying man.
Okay, what's your girl's cell phone number?
We're gonna call it 2455 because
Okay.
Oh, they stop it right there. You look older right now. Oh, he took that gun out and shot it like that. Woo-wee! Y'all was some bad boys back then. Stealing cars and bribery.
Back in April 2015.
There you go.
About how long do you think you guys were from time you first left the house and then everything happened with the shooting to the time you guys got back to the house? How much time you think lapsed between that?
Say that again.
From the time you guys first left the house and then everything happened at the store and then the shooting happened to when you guys got back to the house, about how long you think it was total time? When you left the house to when you got back to the house?
I don't know, within 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15?
Yeah, 15 to 10 minutes.
Okay. So, your girl comes into what I'm sorry, you said you left in the car with who?
Fatty.
With Fatty. Who was driving that car?
Fatty.
Where did you go to?
He dropped me off on the street
Up the street where?
at my partner boot house.
Boot?
Book.
Boot house. Was there any conversation after the fact? Who exactly called Nard to, I guess, say, let's ride? Who made that call?
Yeah.
How sure are you it was Bentley?
I'm scared from 1 to 10, like 6, 7.
Why did you say that Bentley call? Like, did someone tell you that, or are you just assuming?
Nah, I ain't assuming. I know Bentley. It's what Bentley do, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How I ain't gonna call nobody. He just gonna be like, hey, call such and such.
Mm-hmm.
He telling on everybody but himself.
Call to Nard, and Nard basically told you guys, let's ride.
I never told y'all why. Oh,
I'm sorry.
pause that for a second.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I just want.
That's his client. He trying to protect him. You don't want him to say nothing to him?
It is 11:42 a.m. We're back reporting. Mr. Russell had a chance to talk briefly with his client, and we're going to continue with the proffer.
Okay. We still been kind of working the case since the last time we spoke, and we reviewed the video again and again and showed a couple people video and still shots and all of that. And Fatty's name has been only used by you as being involved, and that's really our major objective, is to get everybody, involved. So I really need to know if Fatty was that third person in the car with you guys, because in my own opinion, and I've seen the video, it doesn't resemble Fatty. So I really need to know if that was Fatty.
If you don't know, you don't remember, say it.
So many of us, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to lie.
But why you lie on Fatty?
I remember Fatty being there.
You remember Fatty being in the car, or you remember Fatty being at the house?
I remember Fatty being in the truck.
In the truck with you all. Okay. How long you think you've known Fatty? Or known of him?
I met Fatty like earlier, like when, let's see, I met Fatty like the summer before this happened.
The summer before this happened. So you see him pretty often in the neighborhood?
Yeah, a couple times a month. We hang out.
Tell me if that's Fatty. Yeah. Yeah. Right on there, who you recognize that as? And sign it. I'm sorry. Sign and date your name.
Hope everybody doing all right out there. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And tell me what you think
Date is 2/16.
in the comment section.
2016.
Ooh-wee.
Do you remember what color firearm Fatty had?
If you don't remember, say you don't remember. They ain't doing nothing, y'all. Put them guns down.
Was there any discussion after the shooting on if anybody was hit, you know, if somebody was hit, or did y'all know that somebody was shot?
No, I didn't know at all.
Was it any discussion the next day, week after? Did y'all realize somebody was hit?
Actually, to be honest, after I came down there high, and I realized what I had been through all that day, I ain't see them for like another probably a month or something.
Was that by choice, or was it like lay low, or what was it?
Like that choice, like I got too high that night. I'm trying to get around, you know what I'm saying?
Now, let me just clarify one thing. When you pulled up on the car and you're saying that Nard pulled the window up and he got to stick out the window and then he shot maybe a maximum of 4 times, the victim's car, was it facing you? Were y'all facing each other, or was the victim's car going in the same direction as your car?
That's wrong.
You can draw it out if you want.
Oh, y'all want him to do all that handcuff? I wouldn't drive me in the handcuff.
So this here is Brown's movie. And let's say Harper Road runs this way, right? Draw on the positions of you guys' car.
He had like a little high school student.
Okay.
We in the middle. This where that intersection is. We in like middle up here.
So did you guys like angle your car where they couldn't pass, or?
Yeah, like he blocked them off.
Block them out.
So the drivers are facing each other. Like you can
They're on the side of each other.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Day driver is where he at. If I'm Nard and that's me, day driver is where he at. And
I got
you
you.
should pass.
Oh, so it was at the intersection.
Exactly.
It was at the intersection, so Nard's driver's side door would be facing. Which, if this is you guys' car, right?
If
this
this
is
is
the driver's side
all
door.
I gotta do is look right here, and that's them.
That's them. I got you. Do you understand?
So what I'm saying?
Let's see your phone real quick.
Golly. So what that got to do with Thugger? Thugger went in the car. Ooh, there was some bad little boys over there on Brownhill. What y'all think?
To let them go about their business.
I think it was more like you get out their way and let me make sure they can't follow them. Like,
Gotcha.
Do you recognize this person in the white shirt? This is the same person here.
I don't recognize him.
What was being said in that frame? Like, why y'all right there like that? Like, what was the conversation?
Right there, and that comes. I'm like, I don't know who. So I'm like, all I know is Bentley, Nod, Hot Rod. So these niggas, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to fuck on them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm so high and so scared. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm more scared of me hurting somebody and getting hurt than anything, and I'm high at the same time. And then to the point where I got like that, I think when we came out the store, I was like, put it up.
He was saying, put what up?
The gun.
Put the gun up.
Put it up. Hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not put it up, I just cover it up.
Why didn't you shoot the car when you first was about to?
Because I thought they fit shoot.
So you backed off? Okay. When?
Answer that question. Did you back off? Yes or no?
Yes, I backed off the car. I did run up on the car with my gun. But when I saw the movement and the vehicle, when the window came down the vehicle, I backed off. I was scared.
Okay.
So we fast forward a little bit for when the cars should bump into each other and you say that Nard.
You know what? Yeah, hold up.
what's
You
he
know
shooting?
what? He can run that. He can run that game to somebody else. To me, he wasn't afraid. He wasn't scared. Cause that ain't the first time he done shot somebody before. So why he's so scared right there? See, Murphy. I noticed something about Murphy. Murphy has been covering himself and making excuses for himself in this trial. Murphy does this kind of work. That's why they call him to be with them. You know, this is what he does. Okay, so Murphy, in that game, somebody else, you can't run that to me. You know you're scared of what, and this is what you do, because you said it at the trial. This is what you do.
With his own rifle, or was he using your rifle?
Nah, his rifle.
And what was your rifle at that time?
My rifle was in the floor of my seat rifle.
That's what he said in the court.
Floor, like laying down, but it was standing up in between my legs.
He said that in court.
Shell cases are collected and there will be examined. You're telling us, from what you remember, only one gun was fired that day. So if shell casings come back, they should open to that one rifle.
To the one fire pin, yeah.
Okay. So there's the you believe was fatty with a handgun. There should be no handgun shell casings anywhere, and there should only be one 223s or whatever caliber y'all were using.
If fatty didn't shoot, but I'm not so shot because we think we crammed up in this truck.
They got shell cases.
Like mini truck.
But if he shot, it would be a completely different caliber because only you have an assault rifle and Nard has an assault rifle. The person in the back has a handgun. Okay.
Also, did you own an assault rifle? Where did you get that assault rifle from?
I got it from the spot. I got it from when I'm running out the base. It's always in the spot. It's always in.
Why so?
For that song, you go down. Like in the case of like this.
Okay.
More if like somebody try to rob stuff or we beef with, you know, everything and all that. So they try to rob stuff.
Were you at the house when they initially, when Hot Rod and Bentley left?
I pulled up. I think I was looking for him.
You were pulled up in what?
I pulled up with Fatty. I can't really remember. But I know I pulled up, like, trying to get out. Like, trying to come kick him.
So you and Fatty were together before y'all came to the house?
You don't know?
And briefly, I'm gonna ask about the gang affiliation again. Can you again tell me what gang you're affiliated with, member of, and also if there is any...
Listen to this, y'all.
Okay, what's this?
Hey, y'all, listen to this. You gonna hear Thuggy name come up. He said he with blood, but watch this. Listen to Telltale. Telltale about to tell on everybody. Ooh, Thug get a chance to see and hear everybody who told on him.
Sick.
But I mean, as of now, I'm not blood. But
I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
You sex, money, murder. Would that be consistent with YSL? Is that the same gang?
YSL, you could be crip, you could be whatever.
Okay, explain that to me.
Pee Wee Roscoe, crip, you YSL.
Well, I'm not talking about specific people. So
I
you're...
was the blood, but now we YSL. We don't know about it like no matter where we go. Now,
What you mean now?
like since everything been happening on the street, what been happening?
So what do you mean by that is that at the time, Bloods were YSL, but since all this beef has been happening with IF, YSL is its own thing.
They cut us off and let us and made everybody like try to attack us when they see us.
So were you also YSL at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but now YSL is not a blood. YSL it's its own thing.
YSL was always its own thing then. That's why they mad.
Okay.
Cause they saying, how you gonna be YSL and these bloods and crips and niggas who ain't nothing, niggas who, you know what I'm saying? Niggas everywhere, not just in YSL, all around the world.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. If you blood, you blood. If you YSL, you YSL. YSL is a label. The Bloods was messing up, intervening with the music business, the YSL. So what he did was cut the Bloods and the Crips and all of them out. But see, what the boy don't realize is that the Bloods and the Crips and all them kind of people wasn't being a position when they was YSL. YSL is just a recording, a label. So you can be whatever you want to be, long as you over here working. Over here, it's like YSL is more like a working process, and blood is just blood. So if y'all acting a fool out there, I don't blame Young Thug. I don't blame Thugger. I move out, even though Thugger was a blood. But the thing is, it got to be so messy with this guy and all these young guys and all them guys killing and robbing and stuff, making the label look bad because most of the blood was in Cribs was rapping. So to keep them all confusion and stuff, Thug just move them out the way and come over here in the white. It's the work. Y'all messing up stuff. Y'all young boy was messing up stuff. That's the way I see it. It's just allegedly.
How long had you been in blood from that date? From April?
2 years.
2 years.
I said say 2 years.
2 years.
It's 2016.
How long had YSL been in existence?
Since like 2013. I said
So before you were YSL, you were blood, like sex, money, murder.
before when I became YSL, before I was good.
Okay. So then, once you got a part of YSL,
Yeah, and we became successful.
you became sexual.
All the people that were with you that day, were all of them YSL? Everybody that you have talked about today? Who was YSL from that day?
Bentley, now Fed.
Bentley, no.
Not Hot Rod?
Does he have any gang affiliation?
What is Bentley to you? How do you know him?
I met him in the streets.
What's his job?
Thief.
He used to work for Doyle. He was his I think his manager for a minute, and then he started stealing. I got fired. And then after that, he just went back to, I guess, whatever he doing, selling dope.
Did he grow up with y'all?
Did he do it?
Where did he grow up at? I think
I think he was on Jungle Road.
When this happened, was he still working for Thug, or had he already been fired?
I think he already been fired.
Does he have some type of rank, or was he YSL or anything? Gang affiliated, or he just was associated by the business?
Been YSL too.
I think I'm done with my line of questioning. Did you have any more?
In your role, you had to talk to us about going to the spot to get high, and also that there had been some people trying to get to you guys. You mentioned IF gang. That's probably why you needed to tool up that day. So how do you fit into this structure? Do you get paid by them? Do you just get free drugs? Do you get a cut of whatever money they get? How do you get paid as a member of YSL?
You don't get paid, you just get how you live, man.
Do you need to
You gotta get it on your own.
Do you need to pay some taxes? Whatever you get, do you need to share it with the crew?
Now, the home niggas went in prison.
So how did you make your money at that time?
Yeah.
I'm robbing, stealing, whatever I had to do.
So when you steal something, say you steal $1,000, all of that yours, or do you need to give some back to YSL?
It's on that.
How much do you need to give back?
At least $150.
Okay, so every time you have a lick, you have to pay $150. Who do you pay it to?
Just look out, we just look out for the homie called the Red Box. Just look out for whoever ain't got nothing.
So somebody that might be in custody needs some money in their books. But who do you tell? How do they know that you are doing your part? How do they keep track of you actually paying your dues?
If I did it, they like something to brag about. And they gonna, a nigga gonna check and see if you did it. I sent such and such money.
How do you brag on Instagram, or how do you brag about it?
However, just put a receipt on Instagram, show a nigga with the receipt.
Ooh, he telling everything, boy.
So basically, since you've been in custody for 7 months, basically that same favor has been returned to you from other YSL members, basically.
You gotta be down the road to get it in there.
So not in Fulton County.
Where's Fred,
I
boy?
think you might have looked at some pictures, but today I would like to go over some of the pictures again. If you can tell us who is who, with that thing on all of them.
Do you mind us asking about the robberies and the other incidents?
Get on the microphone. We can't hear you.
4602, we're stopping, or replay at 46.
Thugger. Thugger. Thugger, you had some nuts in your game. Some food.
Whichever one you want to use.
Just regular pictures.
That's your attorney, so listen to your attorney.
Very clear disclaimer from your attorney. Has there been any threats made to you? Even by what type of threats have been made? So who do you know who's saying that?
Come on.
Have does your girl, does she have the contact information for the investigators? All right, well, if you want, after this, if you want to give us her contact info.
Ooh, no.
So she has a person to call. Does happen, okay? Any other threats you made against her?
Have you been in fights in the jail? So have all YSL members been targeted since you guys been in custody? It's just like a given, or?
So now tell me why does I have problems with you?
Now, how you steal and kill.
They stopped hanging together and had their differences and stopped speaking.
What's your
I
happen?
really want you to help me understand, because rap battles are a media thing. You know, they do rap battles. They have beef. Their records, their sales go up. How does this transform into people shooting at you and shooting at your loved ones, and then you guys having to pull up to shoot back? How did it get to this point?
Got to this point. Thug and Rich Homie fell out with some of my brother. They fell out and had words and it was on the internet and everything. And Rich Homie kept going. Rich Homie kept going. He paid he got up on the big network. He got up on the young.
Come on, attorney. You don't need to be volunteer all of that.
Y'all know the story. Y'all catch our own investigation.
That's right.
Not get you started. It's not going into no more detail.
There you go. We were gonna say something.
Want me to say something? Yes.
I Gonna say something?
Yes.
What a Rico trial. Mr. Steele. What about people so hard on Thugger? I like Thugger. Thugger was trying to get them boys something to do, trying to get them in the rap, and they trying to mess up his label. Of course, if you're a crib, you ain't stunning him. You're not gonna like him. So tired of her. She want them black boys locked up, boy. Ooh-wee. All right, y'all. Really? I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't know what they're gonna do about this Rico. Uh, let me see if they finish, y'all. So sick of her. Judge got to run his. They take a look. Here they come, y'all. Judge, what the judge got to do is run. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He's selling his paper. Hold on for a minute. Okay, y'all. Just a little bit to go. Then we're going to talk about this. Woo. I don't believe half of the stuff that Murphy's saying. Murphy is kind of like absent.
Yeah.
I believe some of the stuff he's saying. I don't believe all of the stuff he's saying.
Same with this one. Who do you recognize? This person. Okay. Same thing.
They showed that video. I read it. The paper that he's signing, y'all, is coming from where he testified last week. The video that we watched. That's what he's signing now, but he's signing a poster.
All right. Last photo.
Flash photo. Okay, so.
If you need to draw arrows, I know it's darker on the outside. You need to write the name, then draw an arrow to that person. You can do that.
But see, Murphy, that's his name, the one who signed that paper. It's strange how he can remember everything that somebody else did, but can't even remember half of the stuff that he did.
You don't know who this person is? You said you didn't know who that person is? You know who that person is? Who is that? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the arrow. I got you.
So, it's 12:09 p.m. Do you have any questions, Mr. Murphy? Is there anything else you want to add? Is there anything that we didn't ask about that you think is important that we need to?
Everything that happened, and I do feel for the victim parties because there's somebody's life that's priceless. You can't get that back. And then I'm regretting every second, every moment of it. I got a son I just want to give back to my family. I'm incarcerated. Just praising my higher power and trying to learn something new every day so I can teach my son and your two daughters and my two daughters on how not to go through what I had to go through.
That's right.
I appreciate that, and we'll let him know, and hopefully we can work something out fairly soon. Anything you'd like to add?
Yes. I would like,
Thugger. Thugger need to get back home to his church.
Now, Mr. Murphy, prior to starting being questioned by the investigator, did you and your attorney have to sign a document prior to speaking with the attorney? Speaking with the investigator that day?
I think I just seen her son something.
Okay.
I think I seen her son something in the video.
Permission to approach?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you Mr. Marcus 33 Charlie Alpha. And I want you to flip through and see, do you see your signature on 33 Charlie Alpha?
Yes.
And is this the document that the prosecutor went over prior to you actually making your actual statement?
I think so.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
And did your attorney sign it?
Yes.
And was it dated?
Yes.
And what was the date of the agreement?
2/16/16.
Okay. And I'm also going to show you 33 Charlie Bravo. When you took your plea, do you recall going over this document with your attorney when you took the plea in this case, which is indictment 15 SC 138234?
I don't remember going over, but I see
So your signature
in that same day, yeah.
And do you also see your attorney's signature as well?
Yes.
All right. And this time you're out of state like the Stacy Exhibit 33 Charlie Alpha and 33 Charlie Bravo in tab.
Any further objections that have otherwise been noted and ruled upon by the court? By hearing none, there states Charlie Alpha and Charlie Bravo.
And Mr. Murphy, I'm going to first start with 33 Charlie Alpha, okay?
Okay.
All right. And you're going to probably need to grab it so you can see what I'm asking you. In the beginning of the proffer, did the prosecutor go over this document and tell you that the Office of the Fulton County District requires completely truthful statements of your client? Anything related to the state by you or your client during the proffer cannot and will not be used against your client in the grand jury or in the state's case in chief. That no statements made by your client during the proffer will be used against your client to increase any recommendation regarding the appropriate sentence he should receive in the pending case. This does not apply, however, to any previous
Okay, let me skip a
your
little
client
bit.
may have made to law enforcement officers. Remember, the prosecutor going unless memorialized in writing. I'm in prison. While y'all were out of prison, did you still have
Hold on, y'all.
going to the flyer on 220 FF, which is the flyer from January 18th, 2015? Were you present at that concert?
I don't recall if I was there.
Okay. But you said you got to your car accident in January of 2015.
Like the first week of January.
Okay. So it's January 18th, a few weeks after the first week of January?
Yes.
So would it be safe to say that you were not at that concert?
I went to concerts right after my accident.
Do you remember earlier that you said you were in the hospital till maybe about February of 2015?
I don't recall when I went. I know when I got out the hospital, I went to talk to tours and shows and with my back brace on. I remember that.
And was that the rodeo tour that you went on?
Ooh, gee.
Before we left to go to the rodeo tour too.
That's dangerous. He getting a headache now.
Do you know if Mr. Williams was on concert on January 10th, 2015?
I can't say he was or he wasn't.
Do you recall Mr. Steele asking you about a concert on April 26, 2000 in Louisiana with Mr. Williams performed?
Huh?
Do you recall Mr. Steele asking you about
Don't
a
feel
concert
good.
on April 26, 2015 in Louisiana in which Mr. Williams performed?
I don't recall it.
You don't
I'm
recall
saying he
that?
didn't say that though, but I don't recall it.
Do you know if Mr. Williams was performing in Louisiana on April 26,
I
2015?
can't remember.
Woo. He got a headache today. Y'all don't got on his nerve.
Now, Mr. Steele asked you about an event on September 11, 2013. Do you remember when he asked you about that event? That was when you got shot 2 times in the car.
Yes.
Do you remember when he asked you about those events?
Yes.
Do you remember on direct telling me that you didn't remember anything about those events, but people told you what happened once you woke up in the
Yeah.
hospital?
Yes.
Right. If you don't remember anything that happened, how do you know that Mr. Williams was not with you on that day?
I told you I don't remember what people told me.
Right, but you didn't say I don't remember Mr. Williams not being there. You said he was not with you. How do you remember if you don't remember what happened that day?
Because nobody, they told me who was with me.
And remember when I asked
Yeah.
if anyone told you that Mr.
Woo.
Williams was with you, you said, no, he wasn't with me. You didn't say no one told you. You said, no, he wasn't with me.
I stand this.
Sure. Do you recall telling me on direct, not that no one didn't tell
They so
you,
argumentative.
but that he was not with you?
I'm confused. Were you saying the first time you asked me or now?
The first time I talked to you about September 11th.
When the first time, when that lady asked you, let me tell you what she said. She asked you what thugger in the car with you. And you said, no, he wasn't. You didn't say, I don't remember he was in the car. But that's what either you didn't say that they didn't tell me that he was in the car. I'm going on that's you said a different, you said the answer different, baby. That's all. They doing too much. I know what you were saying, but you can't do that when you're in court. You have to speak up. Open your mouth and speak up.
Do you recall telling me, not that no one told you that Mr. Williams was with you, but you said, no, he was not with you.
I thought you asked me, did they tell you Mr. Williams was there? And I said no.
Is that what your memory is of your testimony?
Yes.
Okay, don't make no biggie. He said that's what they told him.
What's also during during cross-examination with Mr. Steele, he asked you about an incident with Shay, about going to Shay's house and maybe doing drugs with Shay, and maybe Michael was there. Okay. Do you remember telling me on direct that you had never been at the home with Shay by herself, smoking weed?
Yeah, I never. That would be kind of.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then Mr. Steele asked you, was there a time at the house that you were at the house and Buck stole some drugs from the house? Do you remember him asking you that?
Yes.
And that Mr. Williams ended up either paying for the drugs or giving the drugs back. Do you remember him asking some line of questioning?
That sound all right.
How many times did Buck steal drugs from this Bennett house in your presence?
I can't remember. He stole from a lot of different women who we went around with.
I'm specifically asking about Miss Bennett. How many times have you been present when Buck has stolen drugs from Miss Bennett?
I stand you,
You better not tell on Thucker. You better not. You better not tell on Thucker. Better drink that water.
Do you recall seeing in an interview talking about the beef between If Gang and YSL in the proper video?
Yes.
And in the video that you stated that the beef started after Rich Homie Quan and Thug, as you called him in the video, got into a beef. Do you remember that?
I've seen the video, yes.
Okay. Do you know if after Donovan Thomas died in January 2015, if Rich Homie Quan and Thug ever performed again?
I wouldn't know. I don't remember.
Did you go to any concerts? Because you said you went to a few concerts. Did you go to any concerts in which Rich Homie Quan and Thug performed after Donovan Thomas passed away?
I never went to a concert with them performing together.
Okay, you never been to one of them performing together at all?
Ooh, wait, child. Take me something from that. God, making my shoulder hurt.
Now, Mr. Steele asked you about your time on the rodeo tour back in 2015. Do you remember him asking you about the rodeo tour?
Yes.
Okay. And he said that you were on the tour and you were actually looking to get a job with the record label.
Yes.
Why would you be getting a job with a record label you found YSL back in 2012?
Because I was on and off from trying to be a rapper and be in the street.
That was nice.
But you founded YSL.
I helped find myself. I feel like me. That's my opinion.
And that was you, Mondo, Thug, and Tip.
A couple of us, yes.
And that's before it was ever an actual record label. And was that before it was actually a record label?
Yes.
Was that before it was actually a record label?
Yes.
I don't think Thug would have let you run that. You shoot people. You like to rob people.
You said earlier that you, and when I say earlier, I mean when we first had direct examination, that you called Mr. Williams Little Jeff. Do you remember talking about that in pruning? You may call him pruning.
Yes.
In that proper video, did you ever call Mr. Williams Little Jeff, or did you only call him Jeff?
I don't hear me say Lil Jeff.
Did not hear you say Little Jeff. What did you call him in that proper video?
I would call him like, what, whoever I'm talking to know him by. If I would say Lil Jeff, they wouldn't know who I was talking about.
Do you know, how do you know that?
Hmm?
How do you know they wouldn't have known him by Little Jeff?
That's the childhood now. You would have had to grow up with him and know that.
But in that interview, you only called him Thug.
From what I heard.
Of course, indulgence for one moment.
Look like Thug looking. Like I ain't fooling with y'all Negroes no more. Ooh, look how he looking. I'm done with y'all, man. Y'all ain't messing up my money no more.
Just a few more questions, Mr. Murphy. Regarding that January exhibit FF, 220 FF,
Yes.
at this time, can you testify truthfully that Quan and Thug performed at the same show on January 18th, 2015?
What you mean at this date?
On this day, can you testify that they actually performed together on that same day?
No.
And stop looking at that
After
state
the
lady
September
because she
11th,
thinks she's
2013
slick.
incident, did you ever talk with Adrian Bean after you woke up from the hospital? Did you ever talk with Adrian Bean?
No.
Did you ever talk with Frederick Prothrow?
No.
Did you ever talk to Mr. Williams afterwards?
In 2013?
The incident where you were shot twice?
You mean did I talk to him like after that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Buck after that?
Yes.
Do you know who Courtney Bean is?
No.
And it is your testimony today that Mr. Williams was not with you in that car on September 11, 2013?
From my knowledge, no. Nobody never told me he was with me.
No one ever told you. And you don't at this time remember who all was in the car.
No.
But you just said the other boy was in the car.
And can you testify truthfully that he was not on September 11th, 2000?
I stand questions.
Are you able to testify truthfully that he was not with you on September 11th, 2000?
I don't understand what you asked. I thought I just did it.
He's telling me that no one told
No one told me he was with me. I got shot. I passed out, woke up in the hospital.
He
They
tired,
woke me up.
y'all.
I woke up, however it happened, and people who was there told me what happened. They never mentioned his name.
And this mother, who were the people who told you?
Family members, friends.
Good man.
I have no further questions.
I think he kind of tired, got exhausted.
Mr. Short.
Mr. Murphy, just a couple questions, okay? All right, on redirect, you said, when asked about the April 12th, 2015 incident and the people involved and who was YSL, you said it's tricky. Do you remember saying that? That's tricky? And that's tricky because there's a confusion between YSL, the label, and YSL, a alleged gang, correct?
Yes, and it's tricky because us and the police think it's a game, but you really trying to rap, and then you get caught up in something.
Okay, let's talk about Mr. OG Bentley.
Okay.
Okay. The bottom line is he was an actual employee of YSL record label, correct?
To my knowledge, yes.
He was Jeffrey Williams' road manager, correct?
To my knowledge, yes.
And prior to this incident, he was in fact fired by Jeffrey Williams for stealing money.
To my knowledge.
Brought by the district attorney's office. Is OG Bentley, to your knowledge, charged?
No.
Okay. And while we're talking about people that are not charged in this indictment, you testified that one of the co-founders of YSL is Mondo, correct?
He was there.
For Mondo Crenshaw?
Yes.
Is he charged in this indictment?
No.
Okay.
I don't understand why.
I would like you to just listen to or watch a small portion of your proffer agreement. Mr. Kokomo, 4347 on the proffer statement.
Mondo, I don't understand why Mondo not in this. And Fannie Williams Willis let him off. And he YSL. Why he not in this? Because he the one told on everybody.
33 Charlie.
Thank you for saving me, Miss Hilton. 33 Charlie, Mr. Still.
Get paid as a member of YSL.
Okay, Mr. Kokomo, could you back it up and turn the volume up? To about 43, 47.
Do you just get free drugs? Do you get a cut of whatever money they get? How do you get paid as a member of YSL?
Get paid. You take it how you live.
Do you need to
You gotta get it on your own.
do you need to pay some taxes? Whatever you get, do you need to share it with the crew?
The home niggas went crazy.
So how did you make your money at that time?
I rob, stealing, whatever I had to do.
So when you steal something, say you steal $1,000, all of that yours, or do you need to give some back to YSL?
It's all that.
How much do you need to give back?
At least $150.
Okay, so every time you have a lick, you have to pay 150.
Okay.
Who do you pay it to?
Now, actually, Mr. Kokomo, I'm sorry. Could you just continue to play for a few more seconds?
That's what I ain't understand what he said right here. He was just trying to say that the money, that $150 go to some of the boys.
Just looking for whoever ain't got it.
Somebody that might be in custody needs some money in their books. But who do you tell? How do they know that you are doing your part? How do they keep track of you actually?
Okay. So, Mr. Murphy, my first question. The gentleman asking the questions threw out a hypothetical of well, first you said you get money how you get it, correct? You got to get your own.
Mm-hmm.
And you told the person questioning you that you get it through robbing and stealing.
Yes.
Okay, and were you robbing and stealing? Gentlemen asking the questions. Were you robbing and stealing back then?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you were asked $1,000. If you do something to get $1,000, your answer, was your answer you give $100 or $50 back or $150? Do you recall?
I can't recall. It might have been 100. It might have been and one.
You said
Okay,
150.
well, which one is it? Is it 100? Is it 50? Is it 150?
It's not. No. It's see. That's why it's confusing too because I was speaking in our terms. Wasn't saying like everybody got to do this. I was just saying what I would do.
The truth is, there's no set
That's right.
percentage,
Lying.
correct?
No.
Do you know what percentage 150 is to 1,000?
Ask that again.
Was there a set percentage?
No.
Okay. Were there set expectations?
No.
Well, why
Do
you?
you remember? Was there an accountant keeping track of what everyone gave?
No.
Were
Okay.
people giving to their friends?
I was.
Did you give to the books of people that were struggling in Rice Street and in prison?
I had a couple friends in prison, so yes.
Did you give to people that were struggling in Rice Street and in prison that you considered YSL?
Lying.
I don't think they
He bought drugs with
they
that
already
money.
made it. They was already in prison.
Did you give money on books to people that you...
Yeah. You can't believe what a addict say. You cannot believe what an addict say because they don't know what they said. Even though he said that he didn't remember half of the things that he said. Now right here, I know if he had to get him, if he robbed somebody, and then he had to get them 150, he flipped that money. He ain't get them boy no money. Them boy didn't even know he was robbing. He tried to make it look like Thug. What this boy right here did. He tried to make it seem like, oh, when we get ready to get some money and we rob, we got to get our money to the gang members, the YSL. He lied. See, you can't believe nobody who talking about they pop pills every day. He really kind of, I really kind of all right with him, but now he got me thinking now that he a liar.
struggling that weren't YSL?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember hearing something about a red box?
Yes.
Where is this red box?
See, that's where it get confusing again because that's blood terminology. That ain't have nothing to do with. Yeah.
Correct. That red box that you brought up in that interview when you were trying to go home, that red box didn't have anything to do with YSL, did it?
That was blood terminology.
That was blood terminology. That was terminology you knew from being a blood in the past, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
And you brought up the red box because you thought bringing that up at that time would help get you out of this jail, correct? I'm asking him what he thought.
I stand the question is the form. Why don't you rephrase it?
The red box has nothing to do with YSL, does it?
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right. Good job. Good job.
Mr. Murphy, you're looking at that video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Video, what are you talking about?
The one that, the exhibit that's still up on the screen. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I noticed that the attorney, your lawyer there, he has his hand right there on your arm. You see that?
Yes.
It's underneath your arm, correct?
I can't tell. He's right there though.
Right. And it's right there, and it was actually there during the course of your interview, correct?
Yes.
And it was there pretty much the entire time while you were doing your interview, right?
Yes.
And from time to time, he would nudge you and touch you, correct?
I know that.
You did notice that, right?
Yes.
Do you was nudging you and touching you during the course of the interview?
I can't remember. I didn't even remember that happened till I was just watching. Like, what was he doing?
He was trying to keep you for.
I just noticed that though.
And you would agree that that's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking to myself like, why didn't he say something?
Now, Mr. Murphy, you talked about, well, the prosecutor asked you whether or not you recall her coming out to meet with you at your residence and in court, correct?
Yes.
There to your residence, did they bring their laptop?
I ain't seen no laptop.
Did they bring their iPads?
I ain't seen that in that nature.
Did they show you, when they went out there to meet with you, any videos back then?
No.
You indicated you were actually engaged in this interview that you were high. Is that correct?
Yes.
You stated that even though you were in the Fulton County Jail at Rice Street, you were actually able to get a hold to drugs in the jail, correct?
Yes, all the time.
And you were consuming drugs even on the day of this interview. Is that correct?
Yes, the night before probably. Because they'll be early in the morning when you go to court and stuff. So.
And you also stated that in addition to using the drugs that you had ingested at the jail, you also indicated that you had memory loss. Is that correct?
Yes, I suffer from that.
And you stated that you also could not retain information, correct?
I still can't retain information.
And when you were sitting there in that interview, you were going to say the things that they wanted to hear, they being the investigator, Gaither,
Yeah.
correct?
I can't remember what I wanted to say, but I know I wanted to say something to get me home.
Okay. And shortly after that interview, you went home. No, shortly after that interview, you went to prison, correct?
Yes.
And you were facing a large number of years, and you were able to get it reduced down to a number that you and your lawyers agreed to, correct?
Yes.
Your time in prison, right?
Yes.
How much time did you serve?
I think 7.5 years. I got out on parole.
Got out on parole.
Yes.
How long were you out before you went back in July of 2022?
Maybe 4 months.
4 months. And you went back in on this actual case right here, correct?
Yes.
On the Rico case, right?
Yes.
And you sat in jail an additional amount of time until you reached another plea agreement, correct?
7 months.
And you reached it with these folks over here, the district attorney's office, right?
Yes.
And now you're back home, correct?
Yes.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Need to be in rehab. See that? What are they doing to rehabilitate them boys while they're inside the jail? I don't understand.
I may have 1 second if you don't mind.
No, about a second, okay?
I'm going to turn my back on.
Okay, all right.
30, please.
Oops. Hold on, y'all. I don't food around here and slid that thing out. Woo. Let me bring it right here. Right. Mr. Steele, hold on. I want to hear what Mr. Steele got to ask him. Hold on. Okay, I'm put it right here. Cause I think Mr. Steele was about to ask him something, and I moved it. I moved everything. I know he do have memory loss. All that he was putting in his system. Oh. Let me get that little light out, y'all. Wait 1 second.
Around this is 4818, sir.
It's not a lot of us.
So now tell me why does IF have problems with you?
It all started, that's some rap, rich homie, that's how that started. And they stopped hanging together and had they differences to stop speaking.
But I really want you to help me understand because these rap battles are a media thing. You know, they do rap battles. They have beat. Their records, their sales go up. How does this transform into people shooting at you and shooting at your?
Your Honor, it stopped at 4859. Did you hear that colloquy or the conversation between you and the prosecutor asking questions?
Yes.
Did you hear the prosecutor say to you that, or ask you, rappers have rap battles and it makes their sales go up?
Yes.
Did you hear him say that? Is that something common to you? Do you know about that?
Yes.
Explain to the jurors what happens with a rap battle.
It's just like a show or anything else. They sell tickets and publicity.
It's entertainment
Yeah.
and it promotes the rapper or the artist?
Yes.
Okay. And if you can go to 40, is it correct, 49, 40? This, Your Honor, this should be 4940. Mr. Murphy, if you can help me with this too.
His attorney. Ugh.
Loved ones, and then you.
He didn't look out for
Your Honor,
that
it's
boy.
4936. It stopped, Your Honor, at 4948. Did you hear you say that Nut, or maybe Big Nut, that's Donovan Thomas, I would know that person, says that Jeffrey's not a real blood or Thug's not a real blood. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any other questions, Your Honor. Thank you so
So
much.
you said Thug wasn't a real blood.
Anybody else? Any further redirect? Oh, we're gonna see.
Number one.
Okay, all right. Better not be 10 subparts either.
Earlier, Mrs. Shaw just asked you about a red box. You said that was blood terminology. You remember
Yes.
telling him that? So that means, are you really a fake blood if you know what the blood terminology is of a red box?
Huh?
Can I get one in an addendum?
Nah, I understand what you're saying, but just because I know that don't determine if I'm real or fake. Like, or false.
So don't.
All right. When asked about YSL in this interview, did you ever tell the prosecutor, the investigators in the room, that when they asked you about YSL and who was in YSL, that it was tricky to determine who might have been in YSL?
I didn't hear me say that.
Prosper, did you ever say to anyone in that room that YSL was not a gang?
No, I don't recall saying it or hearing it.
Is that entire proffer in 2016 a lie?
I can't recall if it's the entire or half or certain parts. I will hide.
In the plea agreement that you did as it relates to this case, did you lie in that plea agreement when you did all your acknowledgments?
I don't recall me lying. Yeah.
Okay. So in one Charlie, you didn't lie. You told them everything you knew.
I stand the questions to form. You can rephrase.
And lastly, Mr. Steele just asked you about this particular section, 4850 to about 4953. Do you recall in the interview that the prosecutor asked you, how did it come from being on wax and on music to you picking up tools and If Gang picking up tools and it becoming an actual beef and not just on music?
Do I recall him saying it? I heard him say that, yeah.
Okay. And is that when you responded that Rich Homie Quan is under Nut and that Nut was sending shots that Thug was not a blood?
That's what I heard in Rush Street. That's what I said right there.
Not that Thug wasn't a blood, but that Nut was sending shots that he was not.
No, he said Thug wasn't a blood. Ooh, them prosecutors know they want Young Thug, boy. You know he a Thug
And
blood.
last are all the acknowledgments and states Exhibit 1, Charlie.
You know, you're always that guy, Mr. Steele. Always that guy. Do you want to answer 7? I owe you another one anyway, so.
Last, everything in 1, Charlie. The acknowledgments that you made as it relates to what you know about YSL, the gang, and what they done.
They about to finish y'all in a minute.
Everything in that statement.
Oh no, you said that they done. They don't say nothing that they done here, do it?
He's smart. He said they not on him. They,
that was the charges I had.
yeah, not they.
That was Mr. Steele.
You said what number 11, sir?
What does 11 say?
That was extra.
Members of YSL, associates of YSL have committed crimes further of YSL, and these crimes included, but are not limited to the following: murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, death, armed robbery, drug possession, firearm possession.
I have no further questions.
Anything further?
What you mean, like type it? No. No. Yes.
Anybody else? All right. And Mr. Murphy be permanently temporary excuse the witness.
Permanently excuse, Your Honor.
All right.
Oh, they do.
Thank you for your patience with us. I'm going to permanently excuse you the witness. That means you're free to go about your usual duties and avocation, go to work.
What? I can't wait.
or do whatever else it is that you wish to do. But, sir, You don't need to be. You don't be coming back here. Just don't discuss your testimony to anybody except the attorneys in this case. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all. He gone. Okay, Mr. Murphy is gone. They has dismissed Mr. Murphy. Hold on, y'all. They dismissed Mr. Murphy on day 60. Now what we're gonna do now is just I'm gonna give y'all a little scoop on what just happened. He just told y'all he have memory since he don't have all these accidents and stuff, and he's an addict. I'm just gonna say he an addict because he said it's not what allegedly he's an addict, but he said himself he was even high when he was talking with his attorney, and the reason why his attorney had his arm around him instead of not acting like an attorney, he could have stopped him from saying a lot of stuff, a lot of things that the information that he was giving to them, because it wasn't making no sense. One minute he said, I understood what he said. I understood what he was saying. He was saying that blood is blood. Young Thug is YSL. Well, really, you know he is though. He YSL. YSL supposed to be blood. That's what he said. But blood rap. But blood YSL rap. So it's a job. If you know about this kind of business, in this kind of business, you have a backup. All these rappers do it. All these rappers do it. Him, that boy right there, had some issues. They used him for a shooter, allegedly a shooter. They used him. He was young then, y'all. He claimed that the money that he robbed people, he gave it to his buddies on the YSL, but it made it seem like he getting money to Thug. But here in Atlanta, they don't just say one. A group. They say YSL, like y'all men. Like a man may say, "Oh, y'all women, y'all did," and then women be like, "Y'all men, y'all don't identify who y'all talking about," because I'm not in all the women category. So it's like YSL. You got everybody not in YSL. That is a blood. Okay, so you got separate issues there. So they through with him, y'all. They finished with him, and I know he going home to his children, and he said that he's not going to let his kids go through what he went through as a young boy, young man. He not going to teach his daughter and son the route that he went through, and I was glad that him said that. You know, he don't do his time. He don't did his time. He about to go home and be a father to his kids, and he's not going to take his children with his mom. He didn't say that. What his mother sent him through, because he was stealing for his mom. Sometimes the mom don't have no money, don't have no food, and he probably had sisters and brothers. Y'all, it's a hard time. Back in them days right there, when they were young boys, them young boys were taking care of their family, y'all. I ain't trying to make no excuse for them. I'm just trying to keep it real. But the killing part, I don't condone killing and shooting. I don't. And then when he mentioned that, another thing, when the young man mentioned that, when he was in that, when they were getting ready, when his friend got out of the car to shoot, he said that he had his gun in between his leg, then he got out the car. You don't point no gun at nobody if you're not gonna use it. He said he bagged off, but I don't know. So if they find shell casing in that car, and he said he believed that one person shot. He don't believe no fatty shot his gun. He said he don't believe that. But to be honest with y'all, thus far, only person that put Thug in that car was Bentley, Adrian Ben. Ben is, I don't believe nothing come out his mouth. I just don't believe nothing come out his mouth. He don't like Thug. I don't know why they so hard on Thug. Again, because he put that dress on, but he still, that was part of his video. But look, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here this afternoon, and this is what we going through. Them boys who sent them young men who been out there, did all that trouble in that Rico, who been in all that, been through all of that. They are older guys now. They're not teenagers like they used to be. When you young, when boys not mature until they 25. Remember now, they wasn't that old. They wasn't that old. They wasn't even, you know, my brother was getting in trouble, getting on my mama nerve back then when he was a teenager. But it's it is what it is, you know. So now they older now. They the body changes, the mind changes, the goal changes, and the plan changes. So every boy sitting in that courtroom, I trust you. They ain't gonna be in no blood. They ain't claiming no blood. They're gonna get them a job. They're gonna take care of their kids. They're gonna chill by themselves. They're gonna chill by themselves because you can't trust nobody. Can't trust nobody. And then it's a lesson for y'all. A lot of people think this the end for his career. No, his career continues. It's gonna be good for him. He's gonna be a better man and a better influence, better than he used to be when he was back then. He don't even look like he used to be. Like, everybody can change. Everybody have a skeleton in their closet. So he changed it. Everybody can change. And I look forward to see Young Thug come up. I can see him change in him. He got a health problem. He got a health problem there, y'all. He got a problem. All of them mess themselves up with drugs, alcohol, all that kind of stuff, putting it in their system, then their body is. So this is a lesson to learn. You know, don't dog a person out there because they been through ups and down and up. Don't think you too better than everybody else. I wouldn't do no shooting. I wouldn't do no shooting. No. But boys back then were taking care of their family, y'all. Maybe you didn't. You so good, you didn't have to worry about that. My kids didn't have to worry about that because I took care of them because my mama took care of me. So it's a generation of taking care and want something in life. So it's a lot these boys went through. Mama just sitting at there, have like some of these parents now, you know, just having babies, and ain't feeding, ain't taking care of, getting all the food to get a children 2 pieces of chicken, get a husband 4 pieces, get a boyfriend. Now they said, no, get them 2 pieces, get them a bowl of cereal if it's a whole dinner for the king, and they didn't mean they did. So it's a lot going on right now. Y'all just ain't paid attention to it. It's just coming out more now. See, back then, when them boys were young, I can understand. Brown's Mill, my uncle used to stay off of Brown's Mill in a house. He got nice houses over there, y'all, nice homes. So I don't trust that area. I know my brother used to stay over there off of Cleveland, and we know somebody stay over there off of Cleveland now in some apartment. But the apartment that they were hustling down, I used to go to the Piggly Wiggly right across from there. It's a store called Piggly Wiggly. And I love the Piggly Wiggly, y'all, because they sell cheap meat. They sell good meat, but cheap meat. I don't think it's Piggly Wiggly anymore. I don't think it is, but I'll find out. But across from there, I said the police stay down in them apartments. Now I see why the police stay down in the apartment, because they on TV now. It was Young Thug crew. It was Young Thug them down there. Y'all, them apartments. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And I never had them apartment. You can't see down in the apartment from the street. You can't do like this and look at the apartment. You have to go down. It In all these years, y'all, I've been on Cleveland Avenue, and they had the best crystals over there, crystal burgers. But you never can see what's over there. You be on the thing, you'll ask yourself, why is the police down there? Why they shooting? They be killing and shooting down there. And I said, I'd never take my car on there. And see, and I know how my brother is. He was an older dude, but he been roughneck. I love my brother. I ain't talking about my brother. My brother's a gangster. He was a Crip. And everybody know him on Cleveland Avenue and stuff. So I had him in the car with me, picked him up. I said, you been over there in them apartment right there? Yeah. I said, I know what you been doing. Because it's a lot of it's a lot of stuff down there. And I buzzed him. I said, well, you need to stay off and down there. Because you know what, you don't need to be down there. That's the big sister, y'all. That's the big sister to me, but he was older than me. But yeah, I wouldn't never in my life been down in an apartment. They always killing and shooting down in there. That's where we went. That's where the blood was. That's why they was so bad. That's why the apartment's so bad. I never did. I ain't lying, y'all, all my life. Since I was 19. Because I know all the families, a lot of family, it was good areas over there on Cleveland Avenue and Browns Mill. So you'll know some people over there, and they got a nice apartment and all that stuff. Ever since that police got out his truck and got shot, it was enough. That's when finally Willie said that she will find out who did it. But them people who shot that boy, who shot that cop, wasn't a blood. They ain't talking about thugger. They was a thug. Not a thugger, not a young thug. They wasn't no part of young thug. And then the addicts, they was stealing off the man. They were on the right down Cleveland Avenue, y'all, at the liquor store. They shot the man in him, and that police officer. That they got it on camera. That really took my heart. But it wasn't YSL, and it wasn't the Bloods. It was just them folks hanging out. They came around off the back of the store getting drunk. Them women and stuff, honey. They something else over there. Would I say that they are better than it used to be? I still don't trust their area. I get paranoid, when I go over there sometime. But it was worse back in the days. It was worse when Young Thug and his blood was over there in the apartment. And I believe some of them young guys just, wow. It's just being young and posted up. And they probably protecting themselves from being robbed. But them young folks, y'all, them young folks stuff. So the Rico they did time. The boy who just got out the stand, he did his time. Adrian Ben, he did his time. All of them did their time. I don't know why we doing a Rico. I don't know. And I don't understand why they taking down the man who tried to help them other children. Young Thug tried to help other people with the rapping thing, who liked to rap. So he got his studio. He did like he wasn't even hard to hear. I know nobody want to hear nothing positive about him, but he gave them the boys football team, baseball team. He put money into stuff. So everybody did something back in the day, y'all. Everybody did something in the days. Whether you don't even know that they're gonna do that, you might not even know you're this person of blood and you're around them. So then you hear the boy took the stand. The one was on the stand. He said Thug had the Creoles and the blood around him. That's because they want to rap. So that's just my scoop on everything that's going on, And we'll see who else they're gonna put on the stand tomorrow, y'all. And like I say, if you lived a life to end this right here, if you, I'm talking to the young for older people. When I say older people, 30, 40, 50, 60, teach your kids ahead of the game. Teach them the street knowledge. You may can't teach them street, man have an uncle and education. It's two sides of your life. You gotta know the streets so you can be able to recognize, because that's what we have to crank up our car and drive in the streets, right? Okay. Then education, career. You know, you know, um, that little boy took my heart, and he need to get himself together. He still need to get himself some help. So lastly, I want to say this. What bothers me now in prison, in the jail, and what bothers me now is what are they doing inside of there to educate them young men and them young women and to motivate them to see their life differently when they leave there. See, when they leave there, they should have a program inside of prison when them people in there setting them up for jobs while they in jail, so when they get out, they can go visit a parole officer or their probation officer. How you gonna put them men and them women who are incarcerated out on the street without jobs? Know that it's gonna be hard for them to get jobs. So this is to say this. Why don't these billionaires, all these billionaires don't make money off these people, build facilities, job, warehouses for these? I know nobody want to hear this because this is real. This is real. This is what they need to do to educate our young men and our young ladies, to keep them off the streets when they come from out the jail. Let me tell you something about jail, prison. You can't judge them people in there because you don't never know when something gonna happen to you, and you pray to God that don't nothing happen to you. So it's mentally, emotionally, socially right here what points you in the right direction in your life. The way you want your lifestyle and the way you live is hey, anybody can go behind them bars like this. So my thing is, please, system, do something for these people. Set them up for jobs while they in there. Get them something to do besides playing cards all day. Hey, if you know they're going to get out about 5 year, 8 year, 9 year, 10 year, 11, 12, 13, 14 years, and you know you're going to put them on probation, have jobs from the inside. Have these jobs to work with the people, have these places where that will work with the jail, with the people who inside the jail, so they won't have to go out there, leave the jail, and when they got a record, a bad record, they not gonna hire them. But you hear a lot of people, I don't care. Who cares? I do. I care because they the people. Them the people. Them some good people in jail. Some bad. It's some bad and there's some good in there. And it's some in there got problems. What are y'all doing to facilitate? What are y'all doing to help these people? Nobody don't care. But with the attitude that some of y'all have out here in the street, can go on to put y'all there. Keep on doing what you're doing. This is your girl, the Miss Lanita Gill. Hey, the scoop, baby. I'm going to give y'all the scoop on everything. You see the new name up there, but I'm still the real deal. Hey, I want to get a shout out to my mod. Hey, Shelly, email me. I got something to tell you. Email me. Email me. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hey, and you know what to do. I ain't got to tell you what to do. I'm out of here.